What's up, you guys, and welcome back to my channel. I wanted to do like half of my face, kind of, but then do the rest on camera because I feel like in all my videos, since I do mainly beauty videos, I feel like they kind of get repetitive, like do the same brows, same foundation, all that good jazz. But I got a bunch of requests this weekend to do a back to school makeup look for you guys. So I was thinking of doing like a full face drugstore makeup look, and then I'm gonna do like a lightweight, barely any makeup, 5-minute makeup look for back to school. I am finished with school and I am not going back this year, so this is just for all of you guys that watch me that are going back to school. So my lips look weird because we don't have no lip color on, so I just have foundation, but hopefully I can do a couple more back to school related videos. Let me know in the comments what day you guys go back to school or Snapchat me. You guys normally don't leave comments, you guys always Snapchat me or Instagram me, which is fine, but I really like to see who's going back and when you are going back, so that way I can make sure that I am uploading before you go back, that way you come to school with all the ideas. I do have a back to school lookbook type of video coming up on my channel, so make sure that you guys do click the subscribe button before you guys leave, that way you guys know when I post those videos. We got some fall vibes going on right here. Can we just focus on it really quick? Is it gonna focus? Oh, look at that candle. We got the pumpkins. We got fall flowers going. We got fall in this room, and I'm excited to film. But on my face, I have my BB cream. I would recommend using a BB cream if you want to be like quick and simple in the morning instead of like a really full face. For the most part, this is a pretty light to medium coverage BB cream. You could use a full coverage foundation if you'd like. It really depends if you want a full coverage look or do you want to go more natural. This could be both. I mean, this looks pretty full coverage to me, but it actually still shows a little bit of my freckles right here, a little bit of redness. I love it. I love the coverage of it. I love the way that it's so blendable and buildable, and it also smells really good. This is the Clean Matte BB cream from CoverGirl, and this is in the shade light to medium. This is for oily skin. I think they have a couple other ones for your skin, but I'm wearing this on my face right now, and I really like it. I think it'd be really good for back to school. Like if you don't want to wear any makeup at all but still want some coverage, definitely pick this up. I think it's about $6 or $7 at Target. My eyes, of course, I'm wearing my Wet n Wild Photo Focus Concealer. This is very affordable as well. Definitely a really good drugstore concealer. Very hydrating underneath the eyes, and I don't feel like it really sets or anything. I haven't done anything to my face except apply foundation or BB cream and my brows. So I'm going to go ahead and bake underneath my eyes. I'm going to be using my Sonia Kashuk setting powder. I really like this, but I kind of don't like that it's so small. But this is the Sonia Kashuk brightening powder, and I'm going to go ahead and bake underneath my eyes. I think when I was in school, I would just go all out on my makeup, so I was never really like lightweight. But if you're like in middle school, I barely wore any makeup back in the day. My beauty blender, since I don't use this one to use for foundation, I just been using this to bake under my eyes. I just pretty much throw the product in there. Go ahead and bake underneath my eyes just to make sure none of my concealer sets, because I don't know about you, but I'm feeling 22. No, I'm just kidding. I don't know about you guys, but I remember when I was in school, I would wake up so early just to do my makeup. So, I look really weird right now, but I would wake up so early to do my makeup, so I would definitely have time to bake. But I really like to bake under my eyes. I look crazy, but I love to bake because I feel like your makeup's going to be on for over 8 hours. You really don't want your concealer to set in your under eyes, and I know that my eyes crease like crazy, especially when I've been wearing the foundation for like 14 hours, like I do almost every single day. So while that is baking, I'm going to go ahead and set the rest of my face with the usual Maybelline powder. Go ahead and take this loose powder brush and just kind of like dip it in there, and then I will just go ahead and pat all over my skin. And while I'm doing that, I also blend out the I almost said baking powder. It's not really baking powder, but I go ahead and blend out my Sonia Kashuk powder. I mean, I've been using it for a while. I do say that it's probably not like my favorite under eye setting powder, because it does kind of leave a little bit of a white cast, but it's not like too bad. My eyebrows look really dark, so I like to go over them and just kind of blend it all out so we're all looking pretty natural. I'm going to be using the the Kat Von D Shade and Light contour palette. I haven't dipped in this in a while, but I actually really love the shades in this palette. They're just really pretty. I love these two right here. I never really dip into this one too much because this one's like extremely dark, but you probably could use it for an eyeshadow. For me, I'm just really light. Even when I'm like super tan, still just doesn't match. So I'm going to go ahead and bronze up my skin. I'm going to use this brush. I always use the same brushes. I don't know. This is a really good one for bronzing, and then I like to contour with this one because it's a little bit more precise. So I'm going to go ahead and bronze up with this middle shade right here. I really love this shade. It just suits me really well, and it kind of is a dupe for the Hoola bronzer from Benefit a little bit. So I just really like to warm up my face a little bit. I'm all about bronzing. If I don't bronze or contour, I don't know who I am when I leave the house. A little bit of warmth to the skin. It just looks really nice. If you're in junior high, you probably wouldn't want to use it, but I remember when I was in junior high, my makeup looked like shit. Like when I was looking back at my videos, I'm like, man, I really did not know how to do makeup. Like, I don't know what happened, but the glow up was real. I was talking to one of my subscribers the other day on Snapchat. I think her name was Stephanie. Hi Stephanie, if you're watching this. And we were talking about how I started like getting better at makeup, and I was like, girl, practice makes perfect. I honestly had been doing makeup since I was 11 years old, and I am almost 20. I'll be 20 within less than a month, which is crazy, and I just feel like I've done it all the time, and I've watched so many YouTube videos and tutorials. I've just like learned, you know, and I've just kind of learned my face and like what products work for me. So look at my jawline, because your girl's got chunky ass cheeks, so I kind of like to make my face look a little slimmer, even though it's not really slim. Holy grail. If you guys don't own this palette, you definitely should. This is the contour kit from Anastasia. This seriously is like my go-to palette for school, for clients, for myself, all the time. I just love how there's multiple colors in it, and it is magnetic, so you can take the colors out. Contouring. I don't know what, I think this is the lighter palette, but I love this color. It just looks so beautiful, and it really helps complement that bronzer. And carve out this contour while I apply blush and highlighter on my forehead and my chin with not actually using a real highlighter. I just like to brighten things up with using these two right here. I just kind of mix them together, more like these three. And I just like to kind of go down my nose and kind of blend out that nose contour a little bit. I remember I was doing my friend Mariah's makeup, and we were well, I did her photo shoot. If you guys follow me on Instagram or on Twitter, you would see I like posted a sneak peek of these pictures I took. And we were talking about baking. And I said, yeah, like I have to bake your face so then like your contour looks better and it's all even. She was like, do you mean like with real baking powder? And I was like, no, I was like with this powder. I just thought it was funny because, you know, I do so much in my routine to do my makeup, but some people don't even apply like concealer. Like they just apply foundation and that's it. And I just thought it was funny. So shout out to you, Mariah, if you're watching this. But every time I bake now, I think about her. So anyways, we're going to go ahead and bake that. I'm going to go ahead and move on to blush. By the way, this is a really affordable makeup look. Hence all the drugstore makeup. I haven't used much high-end makeup. But I'm going to go ahead and use blush. I've been really into hopping into this e.l.f. palette. I think I talked about it in my favorites video. You can use, honestly, like any shade in this palette that you'd like. But I really fall towards this peachy tone blush and then this blush right here, which is a little bit more of a pinky color. I'm going to go for this one today. But I think that this is such a beautiful color for blush. Especially if you don't want your face to like look all super pink and rosy. This one's just... I don't know, something about this color I just have fallen in love with, and I found a color that's like it at MAC, and I'm like, girl, I need it in my life. So for highlighter, I'm going to go above and beyond. I'm going to kind of highlight underneath my eyes. Sometimes I tend to go a little overboard with my blush or my highlighter, and it likes to get like pretty close to my like outer part of my eye, so I just kind of like go over everything, blend everything out. Highlighter, if you know me, you know I love my highlighter. Like, I seriously love it. So I've been using a couple of them, but I've been using these two, and I still have yet to pick up those new highlighters, but I gave up on the hunt and I just need to order them, and I still haven't because I've been pretty busy. These Wet n Wild highlighters are so freaking beautiful. These are like the best drugstore highlighters I think I've ever picked up in my entire life. They are super duper creamy, very pigmented, and they're pretty affordable, and you get kind of a lot in the packaging. So these two are really, really good finds for any highlighters that you want to use at a drugstore. If you're new to my channel, I talk about these highlighters all the time. Precious Petals and Crown of My Canopy, and I'm going to mix these together. I'm going to apply Crown of My Canopy first. I actually prefer Precious Petals because it's a little bit of a lighter gold, and I don't really like super pigmented gold highlighters. I'm just not for it. So I'm going to go ahead and use this one first, and this one, like I said, is Crown of My Canopy from Wet n Wild. And apply that, and then I'll apply Precious Petals underneath of it, just because this one's like super duper gold. I mean, it's pretty like champagne color, but you guys will see, like, I just think that Precious Petals is a little bit lighter, and this one's like way more gold. I'm gonna go ahead and use this little setting brush from Real Techniques. I need to get some new brushes, but I really like this one for highlighting, just because I feel like it's super small and precise, and you're not like loading your face up in different areas. And then I'm just going to go over it with this one, and I like to use circular motions when I use this brush. So, next, we're going to move on to eyeshadow, my favorite part. I feel like a look is really not complete without eyeshadow unless you do liner and lashes, but I've been wearing this kind of makeup and I just feel like it's perfect for back to school. It's summery and glowy, and it's a perfect like full face of back to school. Like if you're a junior or a senior, this is perfect. So once I've done my face makeup and then I move on to my eyes and I want to do like a cut crease or just a really sharp outer edge, I tend to use a business card. If I'm using my eyeshadow first, then I will use tape or my shadow shields. It's a little loose powder brush, and I'm actually going to be taking a bronzer shade. I've been doing this. I'm using my Rimmel Summer Bronze, so I'm just going to swirl my brush in there. If you don't want to buy a whole eyeshadow palette or an individual eyeshadow, you can just use what you have, which would be bronzer. And then I'm just going to go ahead and place my business card lightly on the outside, and then I'm just going to start flicking the eyeshadow in, but kind of leaving my eye open, just looking down. So we're not creating a crease, we're just kind of working with what we have. I'm going to go ahead and take this IT Cosmetics Naturally Pretty palette. I never dip into this. I think I've had this like 3 years or 2 years. They sent it to me a while back. So that I wake up super duper early for school. So if you wake up really early, you want to make it look like that you really didn't like wake up super early, so you don't want to look tired. So I know Starbucks will be handy. I'm going to go ahead and take this shade right here, and it's in the shade Transforming Pearl. I'm going to go ahead and take this little eyeshadow brush, and I'm just going to go ahead and apply that underneath my brow bone just to really waken up the eyes. I'm going to go ahead and deepen up my crease, and I'm going to go ahead and apply this shade called Sunset. It's a pretty shade. I've used it a couple times. I think it's really, really pretty, but I think it's really, really nice and neutral. It's nothing like too deep. So really, you could wear this eye look for any age, I think, if you guys have the shadows. But I'm going to go ahead and use the same exact brush that I just used, and I'm going to go ahead and dip my brush into that color. This color is super freaking pigmented, so just be careful. I'm going to go ahead and use my business card again, and then I'm going to start working that shade right in there, but I'm starting on the outer part of my eye. That way you don't have like too much of a buildup of shadow in your inner part of your eye. And then just blend the rest in there. Use your setting spray. I'm just going to take the Milani Make It Last. This shit is like almost gone, but I love it so much, and I haven't seen that my Walmart has it right now, so kills me. I think I'm going to take a little bit of Precious Petals and throw that in my inner corner, because it feels like that shadow would just look a little better because it's a little bit gold, and it would look prettier with the what am I saying? The highlight. It looks like a smudging brush a little bit, so I'm just going to go ahead and take this, and I'm actually going to take the same color, Sunset, and I'm just going to go ahead and apply some of that underneath my lower lash line just to kind of smoke it out a little bit, because we really look pretty smoky, and I just want to be a little bit more dramatic with it. If you don't already have, or you can use concealer, like if it's a penciled concealer, definitely get a nude liner for underneath your lower, not underneath your lower lash line, your bottom waterline. It definitely really helps brighten everything up and definitely helps you make it look like you're a little bit more awake. This is the NYX Water Pencil. I've had this forever and I've purchased it a couple of times. Really love it. It just looks so beautiful. Can you guys tell the difference? Like, please tell me you can. Like, this just makes your eyes pop a little bit more. This is the e.l.f. liquid liner. I'm gonna go ahead and apply a thin line on the outer part of my eye and then bring it all the way in, but I'm not actually doing it. Curl your real ones and put mascara on before you apply your falsies, just because it helps make them look really voluminous. I'm gonna take my Voluminous Lash Paradise from L'Oreal, my favorite mascara ever. Another step for like making yourself look pretty awake is definitely applying mascara to your lower lashes. It just kind of helps complete the look, and it really kind of like brings your eyes out with that nude liner. So definitely recommend doing that. Some really natural lashes that I'm obsessed with recently and that I've been using for the past like 3 weeks are these, I think these are the Ritzy Kiss lashes. They are so beautiful. Let me show you guys. Like, look how pretty they are. Super duper natural, and I get questions about them all the time. I guess people think that these look like lash extensions. I honestly just hate my original lashes. Original. I didn't buy them. I just really don't like my normal lashes. That's why I like to apply falsies. This color for the video, even though I don't really like this. It just doesn't dry matte, but this is the e.l.f. lip lacquer, I guess, in the shade Natural. I'm not gonna line my lips. I'm just gonna go ahead and apply this on. It smells pretty good. It's super glossy and nude, but it doesn't dry matte. Like, it just stays like this. And I'm so used to my Kat Von D color. I can't talk, I apply lipstick. And I'm so used to wearing that one and it being matte, and this isn't at all. Anyways, so this is the completed look. I really hope that you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you guys found it helpful with some of the tips that I was talking about in the video, and like some of the things that I do when I was in school, and like tips. I could do like a life hack, like back to school morning routine video, like tips to make it go faster and like tips to stay focused in school and all that. So thank you guys so much for watching this video. I really hope that you guys enjoyed. Sorry if I got it up too late and you guys are already in school, but I have been super duper busy working, and I haven't been filming, so it's not really an excuse. But thank you guys so much for being here. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you guys are new. That way you guys are notified every time I post a new video. Until next time, I will talk to you guys soon. Bye!